Hello and welcome to the Dark Reading News Desk from Black Hat USA 2025 at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. We are so excited to have another returning champion to the news desk, Dustin Childs. He's head of threat awareness for Trend Micro Zero Day Initiative. Thank you for coming back.
Well, thank you for having me back. It's always great to be here. It's always fun talking.
You have a blockbuster of a story for us this year. So tell us how your organization was behind the big Microsoft SharePoint discovery.
Yes, so the SharePoint discovery really started back in May at our Pwn to Own Berlin event. SharePoint was one of the targets there, and a team from Vietnam came and they combined two bugs together. One was an authentication bypass, the other was a deserialization bug, and they showed how they could take over SharePoint. Won $100,000. The thing about Pwn to Own is we hand stuff to the vendors immediately. Like, we literally brought Microsoft reps into the room. They talked with the researchers. We gave them all of the exploits right there.
What was their initial response in that conversation? Was it sort of the quiet realization, or?
It was. I mean, they were professional about it, and they were like, they're not shocked and not super creepy, but it's like, oh, okay, all right, well, that's things we need to work on. But so they were fine and went off, and we knew that about 60 days later, they were producing a patch which was scheduled for July 8th.
Okay.
The problem was we started detecting exploits in the wild July 7th. And
Wow.
the patch that was released on July 8th was easily circumvented as well. So the patch bypass for that authentication bug was very easy. So then we started to see more attacks afterwards as the attacks kept ramping up.
And these weren't tiny little breaches. I mean, these were major, right?
Yes, and what they were doing at the time was they were grabbing crypto keys from the SharePoint servers so that even if you patched, they could come back in because they had the crypto keys now. So they released an emergency patch on a Saturday, which I've never seen them do before.
Really?
And to get that, but again, you had to re-roll all your crypto keys and redeploy those to actually be fully protected. So
And how hard is that? I mean, that's a heavy
it's
lift.
not trivial. I mean, if you've got a bunch of apps on your SharePoint server, which most people do, it's going to be difficult, and it has to be done pretty much hands-on. You can't automate it. So it's quite a process. But what was really disturbing to us was the exploitation prior to the patch, because that's one of four possibilities. The least likely to me is that coincidentally, someone found the same stuff and was using it right before the patch came out. That seems a little far-fetched to me and way too much of a coincidence to be realistic.
Okay.
Then you have three other possibilities.
Okay.
Because three people knew about it. ZDI, Viettel, that's the Vietnamese team, and then Microsoft. We checked our stuff and we did not think we had a leak, but it was possible, so we checked. We did not believe Viettel had a leak because they've never leaked. We've dealt with them for years, and they had many other bugs that were high quality that had not leaked, which leaves Microsoft in the MAP program, which has a history of some leaks over the years, including back in 2001, where another Pwn to Own bug, this time in Exchange, was leaked out through the MAP program and then saw active exploitation.
How does that, what would be the way that would leak out? Why would that?
So what MAP does is it provides network defenders detection guidance for these bugs before the patch is available so that we can make filters. So once the patch becomes available, we're trying to prevent that patch Tuesday, exploit Wednesday cycle.
Gotcha.
However, if there is a company that receives that MAP data and maybe it's not very scrupulous, they could take that MAP data and turn it into an exploit and start using it in the wild, which is what we believe has happened here. And Microsoft is still investigating that, so we'll see what they come up with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, valuable work.
Yes, very good. And it shows what Pwn to Own can do because we're getting those bugs out there and exposed and hopefully fixed before they get exploited so that people can actually defend themselves before the bad guys really have an avenue to really exploit their systems.
And so Viettel, for their efforts, they got $100,000.
$100,000 and a laptop.
All right.
A nice new Dell. Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure they needed that.
Well, you can always have an extra.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next for Pwn to Own?
So what next for Pwn to Own is Ireland, and that happens in October 21st. This year we've partnered with Meta specifically to look at WhatsApp, and we are offering $1 million for a zero-click WhatsApp exploit and $500,000 for a one-click. So huge money, bigger money than we've ever given out for a single target, and we're really excited about it. We're really hopeful someone will show up. WhatsApp exploits, as you probably know, are very valuable to a lot of people.
Sure.
And to zero click through WhatsApp, that's nation state level stuff. And we're really hoping to see some of that and expose some of that amazing research that people are out there doing.
So you really are attracting that level of cyber mind to these things, the nation state level, highly complex.
Yes, well, that's our goal, is to attract that level of people. And it's difficult because we do have a budget, so we can only pay them so much where governments print money. But we also will do some things to popularize them and really show the world, like, hey, here's a really good phone researcher, and this guy named Ken Gannon who lives in the Philippines. And he's going to win a Pony Award this year, I think. And here's this really good researcher over here. Here's this really good researcher over there. So we really try to pump them up as much, as well as pay them to attract the level of nation state level attackers that these people really are. These fantastic researchers who just happen to be around the world doing a bunch of different things, and we can bring them together and really show them off.
And why not put them on the side of good? I mean, if there's money to be had on the light side.
Exactly, and that's what we try and do is, because we're fixing bugs and not reselling them, that gives them the opportunity. Because there are some who say, you know what, I don't want to sell my bugs to this nation or this nation or that nation or whatever. I don't want my exploits being used to oppress the media or some disenfranchised people. So I'm going to sell my bugs to the ZDI. I'm going to get financially compensated. The bug's going to be fixed, and I'm going to sleep at night much better. So that's an opportunity that we give them as well.
So you all also do a lot of work in the Tesla space, trying
right.
to hack Teslas, and that was blockbuster research from last year?
Yes, last year.
So tell me what's coming up and what are you looking at coming up there?
So a couple different things. We have Pondone Automotive, which is in Tokyo in January. And we haven't laid out all the targets yet, but Tesla will be back. We've partnered with them since 2019. They're fantastic to work with. We're still trying to get other manufacturers there, but it's been kind of a hard battle.
Talk about that.
Well, the security teams will talk with them, and they get excited, and they understand what Pondone is, and they understand the security researcher community. And then it kind of goes up the chain, and PR and legal get involved, and they get very cold feet. They don't have a very high risk tolerance. So it's definitely been a struggle getting that other vendor in there. So Tesla has really been pioneering working with the security research community in that. But we still are hopeful. We'll have EV chargers back. Our own hardware researchers are actually presenting tomorrow about some EV chargers. I'll give you a little preview of that.
Please.
They were able to remotely access the charger and set it on fire.
Oh, no.
Yes, it's amazing research. When you just see something sitting there and then all of a sudden it starts smoking and then it bursts into flames.
Can you give me a little insight into how that happens?
Sure. What they do is they access it remotely and are able to get into it. And then they essentially disable the safety protocols in it. So it starts running way more electricity than it was ever designed to run.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then this will be something that we can, and is this EV charger dependent for a Tesla, or is this
Well, they said they looked at multiple brands. So they looked at the Tesla EV charger, they looked at the ChargePoint, they looked at some other ones. So multiple brands of EV chargers that they were able to really abuse. So it's really some interesting research. And some of the EV charger communities are really working with us too. Ubiquity has been very good working with us trying to get these things fixed. So it's just we think of Tesla when it comes to cars, but really when it comes to EVs, there's a whole lot of infrastructure around it.
Yeah.
That's an attack surface as well. And that's what Pondone Automotive tries to expose. There should be a new target this year, which could be really exciting. I don't want to give too much away. Let's just say Boston Dynamics might be invited, and we'll leave it at that as far as a tease. But
it's pretty exciting.
That's really exciting, and it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know how we're going to do that, but we're going to give it a try.
Well, I can't wait to see how it all unrolls, because that's going to be very interesting stuff for sure.
I certainly think so. It could be our most exciting Pondone ever, and I look forward to it. Not just for the food in Tokyo, which I look forward to as well.
Of course.
But the whole show, it's our biggest stage, and it's a great crowd, and it's just a lot of fun.
So if I'm a researcher out there and I want to get involved, what do I do? Where do I go to hook up with this opportunity?
Yeah, zerodayinitiative.com. That is our website, and you can go there, and it has all the information. You can create an account. It's free to create an account. I know people hate creating accounts. But then just send us an email and say, hey, I have a bug in this. Are you interested? And we'll let you know, like, no, we're not interested in that type of bugs, but we are interested in this type of bugs. And then we can kind of go from there. And it's just a nice, pleasant back and forth conversation. And we get you paid, get you paid quickly. That's one thing people like about us.
Yes.
Some people take quite a bit to pay. We try to pay up front. And then you don't do anything except you go off and do more research because we handle all the communications with the vendor. We handle all the communications getting ready for the patch. You're free to go off and do more research. And we handle those arguments that sometimes happen with vendors.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. So researchers out there, you know how to get involved. ZDI, Zero Day Initiative, Justin Childs, thank you so much for being back.
You're very welcome, and thank you for having me. Look forward to doing this again next year.
Absolutely. We'll be right here.
All righty.
All right. Thanks so much. We will see you again from the Dark Reading News Desk at Black Hat 2025 from the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas.